Shiny, happy people. I have some very interesting news. It isn't the best of news. I've been pretty much like information and knowledge, and I'm always on the message boards and on the different news. I've come across some CTV footage that suggests that there are several active volcanoes that are actively causing major weather problems in their areas. There is nothing coming from Costa Rica and another place in South America, and that was recently a monsoon that may or may not have swiped across the entire South America. Between Liberia and Costa Rica, there was a major swell called a monsoon that spread all the way to Africa. It was a very bad thing. Also, you might not be aware of this, but the Antares was sent to the ISS the other day, and it was a refueling mission, I think, and they may have sent some very powerful or important people into it. Also, there was a situation that I cannot talk about. What I can't talk about is that I do believe that there is a 300-foot wave off the coast of almost all countries at this time. And what I mean to say is I believe there is a 300-foot wave outside of Virginia Beach that sometimes rains on us. If that's not true, what I do know to be true, and to be quite honest, in Omaha there was a dam that broke. Very bad thing happened. A farmer went and looked outside and saw that there was a big huge sheet of glacier ice across their farm. And this is in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. Well, in our bay we experienced what looked very much like a typhoon, which is a huge splooshing of water going that way. Very fast, very much a lot of water going that way. And now mind you, this is the Buckra Beach that's outside, and you can see the Chesapeake Bay Bridge from here. I went out one morning because, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to, and I went out and I looked at the bridge, and they were shining out little laser pointer lights out. They were all shining little laser pointer lights. And I was explaining to them that we had a little food here because it looked like they were maybe in trouble and it was very cold. They started throwing things at me, and so I went back inside. It seemed like it was the thing to do to go inside, and I tried to start a fire outside to try to warm up the weather because I have a rocket mass heater outside that sometimes warms it up a little bit. It's a little temperamental, and I've discontinued. There's a kibosh on it because it's a little not really a good idea to Let me get to the point on this. What I saw was what looked like pinwheels going across the bridge. And that's usually what a tsunami is described to look like. And I later went up to see the bridge to see, there was a flare sent out from the bridge. It looked like people survived that were in it, on it, may still be on it, I'm not really sure. And this is because I'm not really sure, because I don't really drive right now, and maybe perhaps it was just somebody that worked on the bridge that was there that day that didn't get crushed by the big huge wave that may or may not have rolled across the bridge. They're suggesting that there's an apparatus that comes out of Maryland that's a Secret Service weapon, and they're suggesting that it rolled over I-68 in West Virginia. And I'm wondering if that was a wave. Listen, this glacier melting up in the north is very serious, and they did suggest that a plate was going to be falling down at any time, any moment now, and that it would cause a 300-foot wave. This was predicted by like a weather service or weather society people or something. People that know, people have been studying it. There's. Well, back to the thing is, it's Easter, right? Things are really bad all over. I didn't hide any eggs. I almost bought eggs to dye them and make them pretty, but I realized no one really even wants to eat eggs. No one wants eggs. I don't think anyone, I mean, the land around here is cracking all around. It looks very bad. as much as I work very hard to try to keep the property from flooding, and I've created dirt, which is like, I have to say, it's been nothing but bad news right now. There is good things, because there are a lot of people that are working very hard. In other news, I created a rocket mass heater that had a honeycomb design, and it created a lot of heat, and I was able to ignite it very quickly using toothpicks, matches, tea bags, and the paper outside of the tea bags, and a used can, a soda can or something. Soda can. Well, a rocket mass heater is it's a tubular, anything tubular and metal, and the fire kind of shoots out of it. You want it to be a clear fire, like out of one of the butane torches. And the goal was to create a little bit of rocket fuel, because it seemed like there was a major bad thing going on. They've developed things called space planes. I'm not sure if you know, there are things called space planes capable of flying in our atmosphere and breaking through the atmosphere. It was suggested at the time that Air Force One, if it had to, would be able to break the atmosphere and make it all the way to the International Space Station, where the Antares is, a large, huge, long rocket with scientific experiments on it. Very important, very major thing went that way, okay. Well, I'm out here creating dirt, trying to create rocket fuel, and I've got a rocket mass heater out there, trying to make the world cleaner using a lot of different knowledge, because, well, one, I decided that